Japan is bracing for more heavy snow just before the snap election. The country's Met Agency has warned of further heavy snowfall in western and northern coastal regions. The record-breaking snowfall is wreaking havoc. At least 45 people have died and more than 500 others injured in snow-related incidents over the past 2 weeks. Many vehicles were stranded, with snowdrifts several meters high dotting the city of Nagaoka. Officials are urging residents to stay alert for traffic disruptions and take precautions against avalanches. The warning was issued just before tomorrow's polls. The ruling Liberal Democratic Party is projected to score a landslide win, with Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi riding a wave of youth-led popularity. But the bitter weather could affect voter turnout and blunt her lead.
寒さは気にならないけど、やっぱり雪の量が多くて、車がね止められない。それが大変でした。
やっぱり雪が大きいかな。雪はもう市内はまあこれだけだけども、例えば栃尾とか山越し行くともうこの倍あるんですよ。とってもだから家から出ることすら大変。投票所に行くなんて本当大変。だからやっぱり怒りを持っている。なんでこの時期に総選挙やるのかってものすごく怒ってますね。
Mayu Yoshida is covering this story for CNA from Tokyo, and she explains what a strong mandate for Ms. Takaichi could mean for Japan's role in the region.
A stronger mandate at home could actually increase tensions with China because Takaichi triggered one of the biggest blow-up between China in over a decade after she made comments about Taiwan back in November. So if Sanae Takaichi wins big time, it would likely accelerate her plans to strengthen Japan's military, which could draw more anger from China. Now, she has already approved record defense spending. This would make one person happy. That's U.S. President Donald Trump, who wanted Tokyo to invest more in security. Now, one major issue that we are watching out for here in Japan is the Constitution. The LDP, the Liberal Democratic Party, has pledged to revise Japan's post-war pacifist constitution for the first time. Under the current legal framework, Japan cannot maintain holding on to weapons. And Takaichi wants to change this constitution because of the rising regional tensions. China is increasing defense spending, and also North Korea is continuing missile launches. But this constitutional revision is very controversial and facing public opposition because this law basically prohibits Japan to engage in war. So a stronger mandate would make it easier for Takaichi to go ahead with policies for a more assertive Japan, such as higher defense spending and stricter immigration policies and tougher stance on China. But at the same time, we do also need to keep in mind that China is one of Japan's largest trading partners, so a more hawkish approach carries economic risks for Japan as well.
Japan's snap election tomorrow comes against a backdrop of fraying ties with China. Beijing has stepped up economic pressure on Tokyo after Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi suggested that Japan could intervene if China attacked Taiwan. CNA's senior correspondent Michiyo Ishida was in Hokkaido to find out whether this could shape voters' choices at the polls.
Hakodate City in Hokkaido is known for its snow-blanketed landscape in winter and its Gyofu architecture, which combines traditional Japanese elements with 19th century European styles. Tourism, especially domestic tourism, is a key driver of the local economy. Among inbound visitors, those from Taiwan top the list, followed by mainland China, such as this tourist from Shenzhen.
When I came to Hokkaido, I received lots of help from the local people, and they are very friendly and show me a lot of kindness. So I don't think it's what the media is talking about.
Beijing has issued warnings against visiting Japan, citing deteriorating public security, with Chinese airlines suspending direct flights as a diplomatic spat between the two neighbors escalated. And the impact is spilling over into sectors such as food and hospitality.
キャンセルが、中国の方はあります。その分台湾の方とか 欧米人がたくさん来ていただいて、その分はカバーできるかなって感じですね。
Despite Hokkaido's popularity as a top tourist destination, inbound travelers made up less than 10% of some 6 million visits to Hakodate in 2024, blunting the economic fallout from the drop in Chinese tourists. But its crucial fisheries industry used to rely heavily on exports to China. Beijing announced it was resuming its import of Japanese marine products in June last year, after a ban for 2 years in response to the release of treated radioactive water from the crippled Fukushima nuclear plant. In November, Hokkaido scallops export was resumed, but then suspended again after Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's comment on her position on a possible Taiwan contingency.
第三国に輸出するといった取り組みが国を中心に北海道全体で起きましたし、あと国内需要を皆さんみんなで食べて支えましょうということで、思ったほどのその悪い影響は少なかったと思っています。
Japan's food exports grew 13 years in a row in 2025, up a record 12.8% from the previous year, according to the Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries Ministry. Exports of marine products rose by some 17.2%, even as Beijing, once the largest importer, shut them out. Officials and businesses say other challenges could pose an even bigger threat to livelihoods, such as rising sea temperatures, which is causing shortage of certain catch.
イカなんかは逆に輸入してるくらいなので、なかなか海外に出せるものっていうとそれなりに高価なものになるのかなというふうに思うんですけども。
Despite the importance of China as a market for Hokkaido, businesses here are mostly concerned about domestic issues rather than diplomatic tensions as Japan heads to the ballot box.
暮らしやすい形を作る、それは税金だけではなく全ての面において、やってほしいと僕は考えております。
日本の地方ってどこもすごく課題がたくさんあると思うんですね。でそれは人口減少だとかやっぱ産業がこれだけ衰退したり自分で体現していきたいの。
Hakodate will see a contest between the ruling Liberal Democratic Party and the newly formed centrist Reform Alliance. Michiyo, Ishida, CNA, Hakodate, Japan.